Greetings once more, my friends. Glad to be back for this important session. Yes, today we're going to have the second phase of the budgeting. Remember, this is where we left it last time. We had the standard rate, but as we said, we have three main stages of budgeting. So we come to the second one. Great. The second one is budgeted through the table called resource usage. I select resource usage. It appears like this. Now here is I need column called costs. The column cost, because that's mostly the concerned aspect of it. Remember, on the first stage, we didn't budget the resources called costs. So we need the cost here. And here you see all the details on this column. There are too many things which are not needed. You only need work and a cost to make the table user-friendly. You double click, no, not double click, you right click on any of them, and then you untick actual work, and you are left with cost and work only. This was what is concerned for this point. All right, now here all this work is already kept. You don't need, you can hide it to have your table very easily readable. Now here you see already the title what you call unassigned. When it says unassigned, be careful, because you will not be able to put any budget here. The MS project will refuse. Another reminder again. We've said that each resource mobilized should have a task to do, to perform. It's kind of a logic, right? And each task should have a resource. Otherwise, if there is no resource for that task, the task cannot be implemented. All this is logic. Now, what happens here? If it happens that you have mobilized a given resource and you don't assign it to any task, MS Project will categorize it as an unassigned resource or unassigned task. This is either unassigned task or unassigned resource. So you need to be sure that every resource should have been assigned to a given task, at least one task. And vice versa, every task should have a resource. No. Good. The only exception happens on the tasks which are rather the milestones. Milestones are okay, are not compulsory to put a resource. That's why we're able to adjust the budget. It can be 800, there's no problem. Lucky enough, all these milestones. But you can go through. I'll show you the case when you don't have where you will not be able to budget because the assignment is not correctly done. Yes, I have it here. So you see the way it appears here is different from others. Others, you see on the top you have a resource, but under the resource you see it's kind of shifted. You have a task to be performed. Sound is going to be used for concreting and the control of the foundation, so which is a resource at the top and a task at the uh, at the lower level, right? You see all of them? Yes, that's the only one. That's the only one. And then you may check also through your project if all of the tasks, actually, all of the resources have tasks and all the tasks have resource. It's very important. So here in our case, the iron sheet. Iron sheet is a resource. Then that resource will need to be assigned to a task, right? What do? I have to go back to the Gantt table, Gantt chart. And of course, before you mobilize your resources, you will need to, first of all, go through the Gantt chart and ask yourself, what do I need at each level? So me, I know what I need. I know where the iron sheet should be placed. Iron sheet placement, actually, it's here. I know where it is. So I should double click again and then put another resource called iron sheet, right? Iron sheet. Great. There we are. And okay. All right. Then I go back to the resource users. Okay. Resource users. I see now if the iron sheets are okay. Yes, you can see now it's different. You have iron sheet here and the task that's going to be performed under it. Great, there we are, there to go. At least the adjustment is fine now, but we are still left then to go to the budgeting itself, because you see most of them are zero. Because remember the first level we did the budget, the cost type, right? What do? We adjust here. Penta, zero costs. What happens here actually is you don't budget the resource. You budget the task that is performed by the resource. All right. So this is going to be budgeted here, right? The overall cost of the painting will cost me 500 USD, right? You see, even the 500 USD is going to be displayed the painter itself. You budget the tasks, and then the budget that is accumulated at the resource level, right? Caterpillar is done. All right, here we have electricians also need to be budgeted. We remember all these are cost type. And then let's say it is going to be costing me 700. Plumber, doing the plumbering, it's going to be 400. Carpenter, the same. Okay, you do the same, you do the same, you do the same, you do the same, the same. Okay, coming to the resources called materials, something different there. It's not different as such, but remember the first stage we had the unit, cost per unit. Cement, 11 for 1 bag of cement. So now the question for interior and exterior paving, how many bags do we need? So they are going to budget the unit. How many units are going to be needing for this particular task? Check it here. Cement, I click on it. See, there is no place you can adjust the unit. I did it on purpose because I know most of you'll be struggling on this. But then here, a reminder, we don't budget the resource, but we budget the task that is performed by the resource. It means I need to double click on the task that the resource is going to be performed. Double click. Yes, there we go. You see you have one in it. For this particular task, I need maybe 100 bucks. Click OK. Remember, it was only 111 USD, but now it's going to 1,100 because it's unit. All the bucks are now calculated, taken into consideration. All right, the bricks, how many units do we need? Let's say 15. Okay, and then you actually do the same. Everything the same. Okay, let's see the last one. So help Mason, actually when you have so many tasks to be performed, all this, the amount, the total of this one is what is going to be accumulated at the top here. You don't type anything here on the help Mason, no. It's remediation work. Let's adjust, you see. If this one will take me 500, it's little. Let's say 1,000. Okay. So here you can see it doesn't allow me to budget. Do you know the reason why? Because MS Project has already calculated already for all the resources which are on the work type. You see. So basically, at this level, second stage, it's you budget the resources which are costs and the materials when you determine all the units. Because at the work type, MS Project has already finished calculation. And that's actually the reason why we need the third phase of budgeting, which is actually the cross-checking of the entire budget, check the overall if everything's fine. Because if like remediation work is not really enough, I underestimated the budget and I want to make it 700, it doesn't allow me. So that's why we need the third phase of budgeting, and that's where we're going next. See you at the next level. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao.